All right, we're playing. Oh, this is a fucking hand too, huh? Excuse my language. Ugh. I'm down. I'm diggity down. All right, round 3, vintage challenge. Let's begin. I have a ley line. This is my companion. Where you use Gonti to deck your opponent. I don't think I would make it so you use Gonti to deck the opponent. I'm pretty sure I would just be using Gonti as a value card. All right, well, I have a turn 1 win if they have no Force of Will. But I think that is worse than playing a Sphere. Obviously, Sphere turns off my turn 1 win because I don't have enough mana after. You need 5 mana to do this combo. And obviously, I only have 6 mana. So if I use 2, I will not have enough. I think it's probably better to bait with a Sphere. So... And I think I do have to play out my Black Lotus, because if they have Lavinia... Obviously, if they have Lavinia, I can't Helm. So maybe I don't have to play out my Black Lotus. Oh, I want to use the mana. I already played the Sphere, so now I kind of have to. All right, so they didn't bite on the Sphere. Let's see if they tap out. If they play Lavinia, obviously we can't Helm, but we still have a Golos off of Double Shop. Okay, Strip Mine, fair. If they play anything... I don't know. We could slam a Golos here. We could slam a Golos here. If it gets countered, we're pretty far away from casting Helm. I guess we're equally far away from... Or we're also super far away from casting Golos if it gets countered. I think I'm going to play the Golos. We have a Strip Mine to take their lands at some point, so that's the kind of reason I would like to keep the Strip Mine going. Like here, I'm just going to go for a Tolarian Academy, I think. Tolarian Academy represents multiple mana sources. I mean, theoretically, I could go Ancient Tomb. Not Wasteland. I need to get enough mana to play my Helm. So I'm either going to Tolarian Academy or Ancient Tomb. They could kill my Golos with like a sword or something, in which case I'd rather have an Ancient Tomb. Maybe I can go for another Workshop is a better play. I'm always going to have this Sphere in play. All right, I'm going to play Tomb, I think. I think Tomb is the play. I don't have a Cascading Cataracts in my deck, but it's something I could theoretically do, yeah. Okay. Soul Ring. Okay. Mirage Mirror. All right, well, we're going to make them have Force of Will now. Okay, well, they can't do anything about this then. So they probably never had Force of Will, but I still don't hate how we played this game. It looks like they never had Force, but I still think I like the way we played the game. Opponent is either on Paradoxical Outcome or like a Hull Breacher Big Blue deck. I think I'm going to take out a Tabernacle and maybe bring in some traps. Maybe I want to bring in some Serpents. I think that's how I want to play it. I think I'd like to take out Fair for another one as well. So we'll bring in Serpents and some traps. think this is the best way to line it up. Maybe this is too many serpents, but I think I'm okay with that. I don't want to board in all 4 traps until I know exactly what opponent is doing. Because if they're on like a Hold Breacher deck, it's obviously a lot worse to board in traps than it is to board in against PO. So this is... this is not good enough. This is turn 3 2020. I think I would rather pass on that. I think I'd rather try to find something more powerful. This is a Leyline Mirror Stonecoil Serpent. I'm okay. Leyline is not as good against Breacher decks than it, or sorry, it's not as good against like a big blue deck than it is against like Breach. But theoretically, we go turn 1 Mirage Mirror, turn 2 4/4 Stonecoil that they can't kill. This is a bad hand to keep against PO if it's on PO. I think I'm keeping. This is a risky hand to keep. I could see mulliganing this hand for sure. I could see mulliganing this hand. Preordain. That kind of hints towards Hull Breacher. Which case Stonecoil should be better. Up bottom. And we're definitely just going to slam him. Whoa, never mind. I'm going to 100% slam a Thorn here. It's a good draw. I should have probably... Yeah, no, I think playing Workshop's better. Yeah, Workshop Thorn. If they have a forest, I don't care. I mean, there's like 25 lands in the deck, so yeah. All right, so they forced it. All right, so what comes down here? Is this a Sprite Dragon? I would have loved it to be a Sprite Dragon, because then our Stonecoil would have been great. This is just going to get an Ancestral Recall. The good thing is they can't cast multiple Ancestral Recalls because we have a ley line. Do I just make the biggest possible Stonecoil Serpent? Kind of feel like that's the play. I think we should go for 7. I don't think there's any reason to not play around days. 7. If it's 8, it doesn't speed up the clock at all. So I think 7 makes the most sense. All right, so I have a 7/7 pro DAC pro Sprite Dragon. It isn't pro Shattering Spree or pro Biforce or pro Repeal. So it kind of depends on what's in opponent's deck. Yeah, but that doesn't play around double Lightning Bolt, does it? I was totally thinking about playing around double Lightning Bolt. Trust me. All right. No, now they fetched and pro'd, which actually means that 8 would have been 2-turn clock, but kind of hard to predict that. They have a braid, unfortunate. So, ooh, okay. Also on 1. We don't have anything. But that's just kind of how it is. If we draw depths, though. We drew another mirror. Oh. Got mirrors. Every time we chalice for 0, it costs us 2 life. So I don't think I'm going to do that. We don't care about Breach because Leyline. I don't think they're on Breach either. I think they're on like Tinker Hold Breacher. If I have another, that's a good draw. Got a Force of Will. All right, fuck it, have it. They don't have it. All right, we win. This deck is sweet. So right now the Blightsteel Colossus is looping, but they have to eventually choose the other way or they lose. So they thought they weren't going to get milled out because they had a Blightsteel Colossus, but the Blightsteel Colossus continually gets hit by the helm until they choose the other replacement effect. That is, from my understanding, that is the intended interaction. They might have even had an Abrade and they chose not to use it. So you can see here, it mill Blightsteel, reveal Blightsteel, mill Blightsteel, reveal Blightsteel. Must choose a replacement effect that doesn't return cards to the library to avoid an unbounded loop. They must choose to put the Blightsteel into exile, and then they lose by milling out their entire deck. Yes. You must choose the other replacement effect so that it is not an infinite loop. Opponent took that very well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty impressed. Opponent took that very, very well. They said, "Oh, I see. That makes sense. Well, good game. Good on opponent. Good, props to Hades Blade. They took that very, very well. I don't know how well I would take that if I made that one. If I died to that. All right, now we can do something between rounds. Yo, Coderific, you're a powerful wizard. Thank you for the resub. Or not a resub, first sub, but I appreciate it. You're a powerful wizard. Enjoy the emotes. Thank you for supporting the channel. We're doing well today. We just had that one loss to humans, but yeah. So basically, we had a Leyline of the Void in play, and we cast Helm of Obedience. What that does is, because no cards are ever put into the graveyard, it mills out the opponent's entire library, except that they have a Blightsteel whose replacement effect for being milled is to be put back into the deck. So there are two different places the Blightsteel can go. They can either go back into the deck or into exile with the Leyline. If you continue to place the Blightsteel back into the deck, it's an unbounded loop, which Magic rules force you to choose the other replacement effect. In which case, they then mill over their deck and have no cards in hand and draw and die. CMR 83. That's a half-year resub. Appreciate it. You're a powerful wizard. What do you guys want to do? Should I brew a deck, play a league? Should we just play more Momir, or what do you guys think?